Hey, Neking here. So this one will be the first video I'm showing you tricks, like a video especially showing you tricks to be a better player, even though I'm not the best one, but I'm just sharing you guys with my experience, right? So first of all, we have the, how do I call it? I want to call it the picking tactic, or the art of picking enemies when you're not using X51. So when you're picking like this, you need to get close to the, how do I say, like mountain, and then you need to slightly shifting your screen. Look at that. Now I can't aim enemy, right? And the enemy can't aim me. But if you shifting the screen like this, now you can aim the enemy. See, I can't aim, and I can't aim for the cannons too. So only your front missile can kill, not like kill, but you can aim the enemy now using your front missile. But it's slightly shifting your screen, but only work for the front missiles, not your middle or your backline missiles. So like by doing this, you can always like hitting your enemy first, and you will always strike your enemy first. That is a good thing about this tactic, and I'm using this tactic a lot. So the second one is the art of spamming. I know most of you guys saying that RF Variac is a good ship to spam. I know you, if you're using RF Variac, you can do this, and I know doing this is cool, right? But when you're doing this, you spam too many missiles that 100% will trigger enemy flare, which is will waste all of your time. You will waste all of your missiles, and you need to wait another 6.3 seconds to do this. And I know if I'm saying this, you guys that using these ships will saying like, I know how to play Variac, I know how the combo actually works, but you, that it's not working. Varia is not a good ships to how do I say, like playing spamming missiles, because you only have two options here. If you're not using missile launcher, you only have one slot missiles, and if you swap your grenade launcher with this one, you only have two weapons to spam. And if you use your grenade launcher, we know that there is your grenade launcher, and we will not flare that. And when we see you using your missile, then we will flare that. We will flare this because this one is missile, and we will not flare this one because this one is grenade launcher. Like, we know because of the placement and the numbers of the missiles. And trust me, when you play with high level, they know. This is how a good combo works. I mean, like, you see, with this one, I have 4 missiles launcher now. I have 4, that means I have more combo. And this one is the best set combo to trigger enemy flare. If they do smart, they already know this one. Okay, then you need to do this. Grenade launcher and 1 Atmaka. By doing that, I'm pretty much forcing them. I will deal 73,000 damage combo. Like this. Because this one will spam more missiles and trigger the flare. Then I will punish him using another one at Maka and the high damage missiles. That's how the punishing works. The punishing works when enemies already waste their flare, like this one, like the combo that you want to sacrifice. And then when like you forcing them to use the flares, if you don't use if they don't use the flares, then it still deals so much damage, right? And when they use the flares, then you have another combo that deals much more damage. That's how the punishing works. So if they don't flare this one, 72,000 damage. And then if they keep flaring that one, just do this, 104,000 damage. That's how the punishing works. For my opinion, I mean, like, it's not up to me though. It's like up to you guys, up to the person. Third one, we have the art of missile placement and missile use. So if your missile is like this, you have 2 missile slot one with times 1 and one with times 3. Make sure for times 1 you need to use the anti-aircraft missiles or anti-submarine missiles, but I prefer anti-aircraft though, because you already have, oh, wait, sorry, my throat. Because you already have torpedoes, right? For the times 3 missiles, you want to use your offensive missile or your high damage missile like YJ-21 or even DF-12 if you have. If not, you can use BrahMos, YJ-21 or Hyunmo. That's pretty high damage missiles to my opinion. Usually for the times 1 missiles, it is better for you to use as supports. And if your missiles look like this, you only have one slot with times 3 missiles, it is better for you to use strike offensive or strike high damage missiles. But I'm pretty sure it is better for you to use strike offensive, because you have at least 6 to 8 seconds reload. If you are using high damage missiles, you have more than 8 seconds reload, which is will slowing you down, will slow your combo, will slowing your damage, like your damage rate, I mean. And for torpedo and for the green lantern, it's up to you to use anything you want. If you're using like missile launcher, then you need to play a bit far away, and if you're using direct damage green lantern, then you need to play close with your enemies. And for example, if you have this ship or ships like this with the rocket missiles, right? So the rocket missile is the main weapon. This missile is so strong, like very very strong. You can see the damage like hella strong. 114,000 damage. So like that's mean you need to use your another missile with support missile like Rim, so you can combo with the missile with your main missile. I mean, like for this ship, the main missile is stronger than 2 DF-12 and nearly strong as 3 DF-12. So like you already have this much firepower. So for the support missile or for the second missiles, it is better to use Rim or anti-submarine missiles, but I prefer Rim though. Like I saw too many players using Atmaka with this ship and using the F-12 with this ship, but this ship's already too strong and you don't need that anymore, because our terrifying is so strong that it is better for you to use support missile. Like if you are using too much high firepower missile, high damage missiles, you actually slowing your gameplay. It is the same if you're using Black Shark, I mean Blue Shark, even though I know none of you guys here probably have it. If if you're using ships like this with rocket missile, you don't need another offensive missile, you need support missile. So if your missile only have one slot missile with times 2 only, it is better to use Rim, Atmaka, or any anti-submarine missile. Just use these 3, then your gameplay will be much better, will be faster and smoother. Because ships with one slot times 2 missiles, that mean this ship is good at the direct damage or anti-submarine. And if you have like this one is my favorite though. If you have 2 missile slot with both of the missile slot are times 2 missiles, then you are free to use everything you want. Because with this how do I say, like this pack, just use whatever you want. This one is really good. For the battleship, I will just use USS Missouri, because this ship, like everyone have it, I believe. So for the times 1 missile, you supposed to use your anti-aircraft missile. For the times 2, you need to use your offensive or even another anti-aircraft missiles or anti-submarine missile, because like this ship is already too strong. You don't need to use the F-12 or BrahMos or Hyunmo. I mean, like you already have these big cannons and then another support cannons. Like if you are using offensive missile too much, your support cannon can't do anything. I mean, like, you already have this cannon. That means this firepower is already insane at insane level. You don't want to use like this. You don't want to use like this offensive missiles for battleship because your cannon already too strong. So like, okay, for me it's better do this instead.